From this moment and for the rest of my life, I am committed to seeing you free from the memories of pain and hurt that are holding you back from living a happy, productive life. Hi guys, my name is Anne and I am the Niger Soldier's wife. This thing used to sweet me sometimes. I'm on YouTube to share my life and from this year, how I am making and saving money. But for today, I am continuing with the series, Her Innocence Restored. This is a new series I started to share my story of trauma and abuse that I know a lot of people can relate, because in my private life, I had shared some of my stories with other people and said, oh, I want to help people who have the same history, because due to mental resilience and the grace of God, I have been able to overcome most of it. Yeah, and I say most of it because I believe that healing when it comes to this area is progressive. So I've been sharing my story, but I fell sick for a while and didn't post for almost a month. I'm sorry, but I am back now. In the last video, I'm going to put it up here, I talked about how I had to accept an apology that I wasn't given. And I was encouraging you to learn to give yourself the apologies that you so crave and desire, because some people do not have the presence of mind or even the grace to offer an apology to us when they have hurt us. Today, we're talking about triggers. Triggers that make it seem as if we haven't forgiven the people who have hurt us. So, back to my story. The person that hurt me the longest, I eventually got an apology from him, even though I feel like maybe he was doing that because he was trying to move on with his life, get married and all of that. So, we were at a wedding. And I did not think that a 5-year-old in me was going to come out. I don't know, especially if you're a woman, are there moments that have happened in your life when you literally felt like a child, like a baby? Either you cuddle up and cry, or you just shy away, or just hide yourself away from everybody, because somewhere in your mind you still feel like that child that was hurt. But it happened to me, and it happens to me sometimes. So fast forward to another family wedding, I met this person, but by this time he had, I think, 2 children, 2 daughters. Now it was at this particular wedding that I was triggered beyond my imagination. The 5-year-old in me came out. I felt scared, humiliated. I was just out of sorts at that wedding. I happened to be the chief bridesmaid while his daughter was a little bride. You kind of know how these things go. Somehow the chief bridesmaid might end up taking care of the little bride, especially when it comes to the procession into the wedding hall. But there are moments when, you would have to take care of the little princess, right? And that was my duty. And I remember just being with her was just a constant reminder of who her dad was in my life. And I remember out of nowhere, we were sat in church and I just held this girl's hand and I prayed, may no one ever do to you what your father did to me. And I was caught in between tears and trying to compose myself because I was the chief bridesmaid. If I started crying, would it be that I'm just emotional because there's a wedding going on? Or I was just going to give myself up, and I didn't want to do that. And I remember I prayed that prayer, and I'd say that that was the beginning of, will I say, conscious liberation for me, because that set off something in the spirit that I cannot explain, I cannot put into words. Somehow, months down the line, there was just a weight that was lifted off of me. Now, back to you. So what do you do in moments where you are triggered by your past? You pray. As cliche as it may sound, but you pray. You tell God exactly how you feel. I remember there were times that I would be triggered and I would say to God, what manner of useless experience is this? Did I need this useless experience? And now look at me. This in quote useless experience is what I'm using to help other people, right? I like to believe that it didn't need to happen to me, right? But then every mess can turn into a message when it comes to God. Every single thing works together for our good. I like to believe that every single thing that happened in my life is working together for my good, because there are people who do not have the courage, do not have the presence of mind to come and have these conversations with you and to connect with you for you to know that you are not alone and nothing that has ever happened to man is uncommon to you, right? So you're going to be all right. I'm here telling you that you're going to be all right. So number one, pray in that moment. Tell God exactly how you feel. If you're upset, let him know. God can handle all our big emotions. Anybody who has told you that you have to take it back, you have to think twice before you talk to God. I did not say blaspheme, but I say come as you are to God with all your feelings, with all your emotions. Jesus expressed deep emotions when he was here on earth. As we've read in the Bible, he wept when Lazarus died, was a dear friend to him. He knew he was going to raise him, but then there was that empathetic part of him. He wept. And also just seeing the people around, the compassion that he had for them, he wept. Jesus also experienced moods of, let's say, moments of anger. You know, when he was whipping all the people out of the temple. So yes, he can handle our big and deepest emotions. Give it to God. Then number two, I would say is get somebody that you can confide in, because bottling it all up is not the best for you. And guess what? God created us for community. Yes, that is why it's not just you in this entire world. It's not just me in this entire world. I have the people that are around me. I remember in that time, I think I was sending my husband, then he was my friend, a message and just trying to talk to him about what I was feeling and things like that. And that really helped. So you need community. Even if it's just one person, when two or three are gathered in my name, there I am in their midst, okay? So find somebody and express yourself. Above all, just believe in your mind, in the quietness of your mind. Believe that you're above it all. Just hold on for a moment and say, am I safe right now? Most likely, yes. Is my heart beating? Yes, because I am human. Will I pull through this? Absolutely, yes, because I have pulled through many other situations. So you need to pull from, will I say, your love bank, that God loves you, the people around you love you, and then you also need to pull from your resilience, that you have been in situations, hard situations that you overcame. You have to believe in yourself. Nobody's going to do it for you, okay? But I'm here to encourage you.